Happy Friday. Happy Friday and happy Raid Parade after party. I hope you're doing well as we all are here to check out the Raid Parade. What's going on, everybody? Thank you so much for being here and hanging out with the Raid Parade party. Everybody in the Raid Parade, thank you for being here. And everybody who is visiting who is not a part of the Raid Parade, thank you for being here. Appreciate you so much. I hope you enjoyed the Raid Parade as much as I did because it was wonderful. Lots of cruise and ships and Christmas shows and all kinds of cool things going on. Sunrises and cooking, making food, new appliances, all that are part of the Raid Parade. And we'll review it all here in a little bit. Let's say hello to everybody in the chat. We had some people from the Philippines, from the UK, from China, all over the place. So, America, Pinlat, thank you so much for being here. She's in the UK. Lion of Labazon, I forget where she's at. Middle East somewhere, I believe. I'm not mistaken. Angel of Germany. I wonder where she's from. Just kidding. Wait, let me do this. Lal Jones, what's going on, Lal Jones? And thank you for being here. Then there's MDT Vlogs from the Philippines. That's right. She said it's early morning in the Philippines because they're like, let's see, they're 11 hours over ahead of us. And she said it's 6:10 a.m. there in the Philippines, halfway around the world. Yeah, and thank you for being here, MTB Vlogs, and appreciate you coming by and always giving support. I try to support when I can. I'm a very busy guy. Editing, social life, personal life, children, all that stuff. Tomorrow, I'm planning to go see my son before Christmas because I'm going to be traveling for Christmas. I won't be around. So I'm going to go see him before I head out next week. Give him his Christmas gift early. Him and his girlfriend, I'm going to go see them tomorrow. That's the plan. Here at MTD Blog says it's nice to be here once again. Thank you so much for being here. Good morning, afternoon, evening from Rob on the road. It's evening time where he's at. Let's see, 5 hours. It's 10:16 p.m. in the United Kingdom over there in England. Thank you for being here, Rob on the road. Cruise Vet, what's going on? Griswold Ray, thank you, Griswold Wade. Danny from Griswold Adventures, appreciate you here. Nice video of the marine land kind of thing there with the introduction to the sea lion show and dolphins and other things going on there. Very nice, as well as all the other premieres. Here's well Family Vacay, shout out. And Roy and Becky Travels, thank you for being here. Hey, I'm gonna leave this running, need to run into town. All right, thanks for being here. Appreciate you so much and enjoyed your video of the Instapot. I would love to get an Instapot one day, but just don't have the counter space for it. I might get a little one, but not in a rush to do it. I do a lot of cooking with other things, but it would be nice. But, counter space is at a premium in an RV. Traveling Adventures with Eric B. What's happening? Nice video, man. Really appreciate the content. And all you video creators, you content creators do a great job of creating content that we want to watch, and we appreciate the hard work that you do to make the videos that you make. And Clock Family Adventures says they got to run, so have a great Christmas party. Merry Christmas to you. And let's see here. I already mentioned that MDT Vlogs is 6:10 a.m. in the Philippines. And Cruise Vet, thank you for being here, Cruise Vet. Thank you very much. And there they go for Christmas party. Let me catch up on the chat here. GM, have fun. Best safe, Mike. CBL, cover base line. What's going on, man? You want to come up on screen and cut some jokes? We can do that a little later. But we got to get through the formalities of the Raid Parade first, because this is a Raid Parade after party. So we got to stick to the program, Raid Parade. And then after we get done with the Raid Parade, we can loosen it up and get a little crazy. Morning MDT, and then thumbs up. Thank you so much CBL cover bass line. And if you, I just woke up from a deep sleep. Wow, okay. And if you like good music, CBL cover bass line does great music. He's a musician, very good. And howdy from GGM. And howdy from Darion. Thank you for being here, Darion. Thank you for your great attitude, Darion. We really love your attitude. Thank you so much. And here is the coordinator for the Raid Parade. If you'd like to, get involved, you can click on the link there and check out the Raid Parade information. There's the playlist. You want to watch what we just encountered for the last 3 hours, was it? Yep, 3 hours. It was quite interesting. Cruise Vet saying hello, everybody. Then GGM creates morning to you. Big Giz, what's going on, Big Giz? How are you? Thank you for stopping by and supporting me. I appreciate it. I need to get my AdSense account up because they took my $ away, so you can't donate any money. So I need to get on the ball with that. YouTube's not a big deal to me. It's not my primary focus. Even though I love creating content, I'm just lazy when it comes to formalities. So I need to get on that, get the AdSense account set up, and that way we can take some donations to make RV weekends even better. Maganda umaga, Philippine USA. Good morning to you, MDD Vlogs. Maganda umaga means good morning in Tagalog. So, hello, Naj. How are you? Nice to see you. Thank you for coming by and saying hello. Appreciate you very much. Burgundy JT. Hello, hello, hello. Thank you for being here. Hello, hello. Mega shout out to you. Have fun, Black family, at the party. All right, we're gonna put the link out. Well, let's talk about the Raid Parade. I have it up here, and I'll put the link out if you want to come up and come on screen with me. You're welcome to do so and talk about the Raid Parade, what you liked about the Raid Parade, what stuck out to you, what you really enjoyed or surprised you, was really entertaining. Like the old tour through the old historic house. I forgot what it was. There's the link. If you want to come up on screen, you can come up on screen and share the stage with me. I don't need to be up doing all the talking. I'd rather have you up here doing talking too. Talk about your channel, talk about your goals, where you see your channel in a year, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years. I can tell you mine, but that's only me. We need more people to come up and be a part of the Raid Parade after party. So it's an after party, meaning you come up, party with us, have a great time. So let's review the Raid Parade. So the Raid Parade, for those of you who don't mean it, wait a second. Let me look at the chat here. I thought you had set up for each live. What had to set up for each live? You mean you never set it up? I'm missing something. All right, here we go. All right, the first Raid Parade premiere was Roy and Becky's Travels. They opened up a brand new Instapot. I'd like to have an Instapot, but I already talked about the counter space issue and cooking without it. That would be nice to have one. I don't need a big one. A little one would be great. So they unboxed Instapot, cooked some chili, and ate it with friends in the desert of Portside. So that was cool. Life with Mountain Folk. I think you guys did some kind of historic tour through some buildings. So if you want to see that, the link is in the chat here. Let me click on it. You can follow the Raid Parade and go review it, what everybody premiered. There was a bunch of premieres. It was 3 hours long, all brand new videos. And if you like that content, click on it, leave a comment, say hello, like, and subscribe if you want to see more content. Then we had the Clock Family Adventures. They were out there, and I forget what was going on with theirs. Please help me. They do make a 3-quart. Yes, I've seen the smaller ones. I have seen the smaller ones. It's not a priority for me, but I would love to explore doing some slow cooking. That would be great. Put a chicken in there or a roast in there, because it's great to have, a roast that just, the meat just falls apart. That's always great. Season it with seasoning and then just gobble it up. So again, please come up and help me with the Raid Parade after party, and we can talk about all the content that was in the Raid Parade, because I will forget. Like I said, I forgot the Clock Family Adventures. What was theirs about? I already forgot. Were they on Were they on a cruise also? And we had Traveling Adventures with Eric B. I know he was on a cruise. He said he was like day 6 or something like that of an 8-day cruise. And he had like talking about pizza night and all that stuff. That was cool. I like pizza. So that was cool. Then we had PSV Odyssey. I know he made a cake or something. I remember watching him doing some cooking. So that was nice. So please come up here on screen and help me talk about the Raid Parade. Okay, thank you. The clock was a Christmas tree tour. Okay, thank you, Megan, for helping me out. I can't remember it all. I mean, how many? We had 18 premieres. Was it 18? No. 11? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, something like that. 11 or 12 premieres, so I can't remember them all. Then there was I Love Cruising Royal. I remember that. She was on a cruise, and they had some kind of drill. She was hungry and couldn't get any food. And I remember that part. Hey, Marie Swan, how are you? Nice to see you. Thank you for being here and supporting me. I appreciate it. Something, I think it was 17. I don't know. I'm looking at the lines on your schedule, and it has 23 minus 6. So yeah, sounds right. Somewhere around there. Sounds right. So minus the live, it should be 17. Okay. There you go. There's a lot of people to keep up with. So there was many cruises. Then it was just Kaya TV. I think she did a concert of her son in band at high school. I think it was a high school band concert playing Christmas music. That was cool. Then we had Cruise Vet. He set up a tree. All right. And speaking of Cruise Vet, right on cue, Cruise Vet's coming in here. All right. You ready? Here we go. Cruise Vet. Yeah.
Hey, Robert.
Hey, thank you for coming up. I appreciate you very much. How's it going?
Well, pretty good. Good.
We were just right on your content here. You know, Cruise Vet setting up a Christmas tree, right?
Speak of the devil.
Speak of the devil. That's right. That's the saying. You speak about somebody and they walk in the door, right?
Usually how it works.
All right, I'm gonna turn up my YouTube sound because it's kind of quiet. So I had it turned down. It was so loud in my ears, so I turned it down. So now I'm gonna check my volume on the background music, and I'm not sure how it sounds out there. So I'm gonna go on the conservative side and turn down the background music a little bit there. All right, there we go. All right, what's going on this week? What was that? When did you record that video? I was just curious.
Well, I think it was earlier, maybe like Monday. I was just, I wasn't really going to decorate too much for Christmas because, I live alone and, but then I was cleaning out some things. And I remembered I bought that Christmas tree in a box thing. And so I figured, well, why not break it out? And then I thought, well, I might as well make a video of it. So.
Yeah, it's a lot of work.
Have some sort of Christmas related content,
It's a lot of work bending those branches, right?
Yeah, because you have to fit everything in that box. Everything's got to be kind of smushed down, and then you got to, break it all down.
Yeah. I mean, I grew up with artificial trees, but I got exposed to having a real tree, and I really like the real tree thing. I think it's pretty cool. Everybody has their own views and opinions, but I ignore that and just do what I want to do. And as long as I'm not like, doing something outlandish, I just ignore the noise.
Yeah.
And do my thing. Magnificent Germany with Darion says, love it. That's nice. Very nice. Right. So I've never been like, I don't really decorate when I'm by myself because I'm a single guy myself. So
yeah.
Last year I did put up some lights in my RV, but it was a mistake because when I removed them, it peeled the paint off the wall, kind of thing.
Oh, okay.
Because I'm not gonna like put holes in the wall, so I used like Scotch tape, and it pulled like paint off the wall. Like, really? Merry Christmas to me, right?
Well, no good deed goes unpunished.
That's right. Yeah, it's all about the Judgment Day. It seemed like good guys finish last always, and you know, whatever it is. But I do have a scented candle I will be burning
Oh, okay.
soon. It's evergreen or something like that, fir, and I love that smell. It's nice. And I won't be putting up a tree because I'll be away for the holiday.
Ah, okay. Yeah, I got carried away and threw some Christmas lights on the wall back there, but I don't know I don't think that's going to work out. I'm already kind of annoyed with it.
What's annoying about it?
Well, it just I don't know. I had a vision in my mind when I started putting them up there, and then when I turned them on last night, it didn't really pan out the way didn't have the effect I was going for. So. But I guess that's the way a lot of things work, though. You always think, you got this idea, like, oh, I'm going to make this, and
Yep.
it doesn't really pan out the way you thought it would be.
Yeah, you put all this effort into it. Yeah, yeah, and you either have to be perfect or don't do it.
Yeah, right.
It's really because if you look at everybody, it's like you're shamed because you see everybody's decorations. You're going, man, they put a lot of effort into that, and you're going, I just threw up one string and it looks like pathetic.
Yeah, yeah. All my neighbors out in the neighborhood, they've all got they've got a guy that came around and that's what he does this time of year. He goes out and puts the lights up
Right.
and so like my house, there's like nothing except you can see the little lights from the little tree, through the window. So I'm sure my neighbors probably wonder about me, like, man, that guy never decorates for nothing.
The ones I really like is when people put the lights in their palm trees here in Florida. That's really cool.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because they move. The wind blows at night sometimes, and the lights are moving with the branches. I think that's really really pretty cool. And they wrap it around the trunk. It looks really sweet. And then my brother, he's in one of those neighborhoods where they put these arches. They have like little walking paths made out of concrete, and they're
yeah.
And they put an arch around the concrete walk path, and that looks cool. If you walk around the neighborhood, you're under these cool lit arches. That's kind of neat.
That's like Corona used to have that commercial for Christmas where they had like the palm trees or whatever.
Yeah, with the beer and the lime in it or whatever, something like that. I'm not a beer drinker. I never liked the taste of beer, but it sure does look good.
Oh yeah, it always does.
Rob on the road, he's in the United Kingdom. He says no Christmas decorations here. We'll go out and film the local houses that are covered in lights this weekend. All right, yeah, cool.
Okay.
GM, any chance you'll join the parade then, Rob? Let's see if Rob answers that. We don't really decorate for Christmas, Megan says. GGM creates, depends on my rota. I'm working pretty flat out. Rota. So what is rota? Work schedule? Don't know what that means. Rota. We're from the U.S., so we don't know your lingo, whatever that is. He's got a strong, if there's ever a guy with a strong British accent, it's Rob on the road.
Oh, wow.
That dude's got a strong British accent, so it's pretty cool. Megan says, maybe someday, laugh out loud, but totally understand. Yeah. So I've only seen memes about lights on palms. Laugh out loud. Why should not do that? And why should not do that? I don't know. Good evening, Angel in Germany. Thank you for coming by and saying hello. Angel in Germany turned on to me from Angel of Labasson. I went to her channel. She does some karaoke. So I go around doing karaoke. So I make friends that way. That's why you see all these people from different countries, because a lot of the karaoke's are over there in the Middle East and in Asia. A lot of karaoke over there in the Philippines. And the Philippines, they migrate as far as needing work, because the Philippines is not necessarily a great place to work. So they bounce around all over Europe and Saudi Arabia and China and all over there to get jobs, and so they're still Filipinos. And so they have YouTube channels, even though they're in Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, and England, and some are in Nova Scotia, some are in Norway, some are in Australia and Germany. So lots of friends that are Filipinos that are all over the place. So that's how I meet them in the karaoke channels, because I love singing karaoke. So Um, Angel of Germany says, hello, sir, at RV. Megalift shout out and your co host. So she's saying hello.
Hey, Angel.
They have a tradition. They say MLSO, mega love shout out. So they're just shouting you out, calling out your channel and saying hello.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, they got a lot of love and support over there in the Philippines. For me, too early to put Christmas lights in front of my house. Maybe next week. You know, I know the Philippines. Don't they start Christmas decorations in like September or August? I thought they start like 4 months early. That's what I heard. Because I have, several Filipino friends. Because they're like singing Christmas songs 2 months ago. They just love celebrating. I mean, it's like in a lot of these Latin cultures and different cultures, they just love to celebrate. So they start celebrations early. I know when I was in Puerto Rico, those guys were singing out in the streets all the time, man. You just go around the neighborhood and there's just people on the front porch playing guitar, maracas, bongos, and stuff like that. Just having a good time, waving flags and giving out food, They actually have some kind of tradition. I don't know the tradition, but I was in, I had friends or whatever, family in Puerto Rico, and they had this tradition where there would be like a mini caravan of people walking. They were holding American flags and Puerto Rican flags, and they were playing instruments, walking, and it was up to any resident to go out in the street and wave them into their property, and they would serve them drinks and food.
Oh, wow.
And while they did that, they would perform for them in their front yard. It was really cool.
I kind of wish they'd have that here,
Yeah. And you could be like in, of course, Puerto Rico, there's a lot of mountains. So if you live in the mountainside, you can hear them and see them from, a quarter mile away. You're hearing them coming and they're coming down the streets. And it's really good anticipation. Like, okay, I hope they come down my street. Kind of like the ice cream man. Like, I hope he comes down my street and I can get some ice cream. And I hope they come down my street and they prepare food for them so they'll come and perform in front of their house. It's really sweet, really cool.
Can't beat that.
No, it looks like I'm getting dark. It's getting dark outside in my part. I'm going to turn on my ring light here. It's here. It's 5:36 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and the sun has set, and it's getting dark here. So
that's one thing I hate about when the winter starts rolling around is you start getting the sun going down. Well, with the daylight savings time and all that.
Yeah.
It gets darker earlier.
Yeah, I would like to try it out both ways to leave the clocks the way they are.
And see if there's a difference.
Yeah, see what I like better. Why not try it? You got 3 different scenarios. You got leave it at daylight savings, leave it at not daylight savings, or do what you're doing now, changing the clock.
Yeah.
So it's beyond my realm of understanding, really. I understand. I think they do it. I heard some old tale of they did it for some farmers, and I'm like, no, that don't make no sense. They do it for the schools so the kids aren't walking to school in the dark. I get that. That makes sense. So Magnificent Germany with Darion is laughing. Kind of like caroling party. Yeah, that would be cool. Yeah, exactly. Same thing. Afraid that is a lot of places this year. Yeah, she said empty teeth says the electric bill. That's why she's not like putting up lights early because too expensive, the electric bill.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So Harrods, the famous shop, opens their Christmas area in October. That is too early. I don't know, man. I think Christmas is my favorite holiday. I really love Christmas. Growing up, I had a great childhood. It wasn't perfect, but I still always had presents for Christmas. My parents worked hard, and I always had. My father worked hard, especially hard, and always had presents. And I always had the coolest, not the very coolest, but I still had a GI Joe. And I still had like a Evel Knievel motorcycle wind-up thing, and I had cool toys, so I was happy. I was very happy. The Matchbox cars, the Hot Wheels, and all that with the little whatever it is, Hot Wheel track. Yeah, the Hot Wheel tracks that we got whipped with. The Hot Wheel tracks we got whipped with the Hot Wheel track. Zandrine, hello, how are you? And she says hello to the co-host. That's Mike, right? Mike?
Yeah, Mike.
Mike, let me take this down so we can see. Cruise Vet is his channel, Cruise Vet. I went ahead and took the parentheses out of mine because people didn't know if Robert was part of RV Weekends, and they would type it in and say, I can't find you.
Yeah.
So I just took out the parentheses and just said, so everybody just calls me RV now, unless they know me and they say Robert. So that's just what I did because people are getting confused. So anyway, Zandrine is a Filipina, and she lives China. Is it? Tell me where you live, Zandrine. Zandrine does karaoke. She's a rather sophisticated style. Her style is like the 50s beehive hair with the big glasses, and she does karaoke. So it's very retro and very elegant. And let me say hello. I'm keeping up with the chat. It's hard to do the Raid Parade and the chat at the same time. I will be watching your video later tonight at Cruise Vet. Thank you.
Thanks, Darian.
Still here, just TP support. Okay, thank you. Hello, everyone. Zandrine. Life had been crazy. Yes. Hello there, Angel Germany. I much prefer not changing. I'll take forever for Indiana to not change again. It took multiple years for them to iron out where all the countries were going to be once it started changing. And speaking of time, here's your link, Cruise Vet. That's not the same segue. Time does not have anything to do with your segue. Didn't mean it that way. But where I was going, Vienna, Austria. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Thank you for clearing that up, Sandri. But she does travel around. Because I think she said she's going to the UK next year for training. I remember her saying that. And Zandrine is special to me because that's where I met 3K Brandy.
Okay.
And Zandrine, because she was doing a live on Mondays, doing karaoke, and I was just bouncing around the karaoke channels. And the cool thing about karaoke too is people want to come to your channel. If they like your character, or they like the way you sing, they'll subscribe to your channel. And everybody has different views. It doesn't matter what view you have. I'm not trying to push one view or another, but all I know is it took me about 1 year to get to, 400 and something subscribers. And it took me 3 months to get to 1,000 after that. Once I started going to the Filipino channels.
That's a pretty good boom.
Yeah, it was a nice punch, but it doesn't mean you have the same viewership. You know what I mean? It doesn't increase your viewership that much. But if you're looking to just get monetized, that's what I was kind of looking to push to get monetized, and then just kind of lay back and just relax a little bit. And that's what I've been doing. But evidently my AdSense account has not been updated. So they took my $ away, which is no big deal. Not making any money anyway, but I need to get that fixed as far as monetization goes. But anyway, yes, on Zandrine's live, I met 3K Brandy, and that's how we became friends.
Cool.
And speaking of time, I'll be posting a video. I already posted it, but it's going to premiere somewhere around Christmas time. I don't remember exactly the date was, of me going to the Prime Meridian in Greenwich, England. I went to the Prime Meridian and visited that. And so that's in a video coming up. So speaking of time, that's where the longitude starts to go around the world. And I was puzzled. I thought it was where time started and ended. I don't know.
Yeah, when I was in the Navy, they always went off of Greenwich Mean Time. So you'd always see the GMT on everything. So, we call it Zulu. It's either they either call it GMT or Zulu.
By MDT Vlogs, she says she's going to work now. If you want to support a good cause, check out her channel. She really is doing good work. She's in these ghettos and stuff, helping people in the ghettos, and so that's a good cause. She does really good work, medical stuff and stuff like that, helping people out. So if you want to support a good cause, she's a sweetheart. Look at her face. She just takes care of people. So awesome. What a wonderful person. So there are people that you meet on YouTube that you go, I might watch them, but then there are people you go, I got to support them. So I try to support her as much as I can. And then here's Zandrine says, you are quite popular RV weekends among the Filipino community. Thank Thank you. I appreciate that. And Biguez is a Filipino who lives in Ohio. Biguez support group. So he lives in Ohio, but he is a Filipino, I believe, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. But since we got a break here, we can go back to the raid parade. We were at yours. Let's see if I can follow it here.
I think Eddie Lugo was after mine, I think.
Right. Wait, let me back up because I missed J and N Travels. I already forgot what they did.
Oh, they were on the cruise.
That's right.
I forget which ship it was. I know they did like a back-to-back. I think it was I want to say it was the Horizon.
Okay. Yes, I remember now. Yep, I remember that because he had
party.
Yeah, remember he had like somebody from the cruise talking to the camera. Yeah. That was really cool. That he like got a promo. That was nice. Speaking of promo,
cruise director.
Right? Is that right?
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, he seems like a very good leader. I mean, he seemed like very present and very charismatic. Very cool. Speaking of presentation, I have 3K Brandy leading in my promos on some of the UK videos. So I think part 3, she comes in and she goes, "Hello, everybody. This is 3K Brandy from the London."
Yeah, I think I saw that.
Yeah, and I got more of that coming. She did like 6 takes for me because the first one was like this. No kidding. "Hi guys, this is Brandy, 3K Brandy. You're watching our big weekend." I said, "Okay, let's try that again." "Hi guys, this is 3K Brandy with RV Weekend. You're watching RV Weekend." I said, "Keep going." And as she progressed, she went, "Hey guys, this is 3K Brandy from sunny London. You're watching RV Weekend." Yeah. She got real animated. It was like so funny. It was like I should have never shut off the camera. It was that good. So anyway, yeah. So I'll probably do a blooper reel someday with her permission, of course.
The director's cut.
That's right. Yeah, some of the stuff I can't show you. But anyway, moving on. Eddie Lugo Studios. Eddie Lugo Studios. Yeah, he did a short one, 2 minutes. I remember that.
Cats. I think the cats.
Cat in the box.
Yeah.
Yes, I remember that. And then there was Cheryl Awesome Sunsets. That was entertaining. She went to some kind of theme park.
Yeah. Silver Dollar City.
Right. That was cool.
I've been there. Last time I was there was in the 80s, so it was kind of interesting. It looked pretty much the same.
Really? I've never been there. Well, it reminds me of, some of the older theme parks in the 70s, when they used to do those kinds of shootouts in the street and dudes would fall off buildings and stuff like that. That was cool. I remember as a kid, going to Ghost Town in the Sky, I think it was the name of it. Somewhere in North Carolina or Tennessee, something like that.
Yeah.
It was a Western theme park, and they'd have shootouts in the street. And then while you go to eat, the sheriff would walk in with his spurs on his boots, and you'd hear him going, walking on the wooden floor.
Yeah.
It's so cool, And my mom was like me. I was a kid at the time, though. But my mom was like me. She was like, "Sheriff, when you're not the sheriff, what do you do when you're not the sheriff?" And check this out. This really happened. My mom, she was a musician, played piano and sang. And the sheriff just happened to do a one-man band kind of thing. Not really a one-man band, but, plays a music machine while he strums a guitar and sings. And he did it in a nightclub kind of thing. Not a nightclub, but like a bar lounge thing.
Right.
And she said, "Well, where is it? We would come. My son plays the drums. If I bring my son, will you let him play the drums?" He's like, "Yeah." So I don't know how old I was, 10. And we went to this lounge, and the guy played guitar, invited me up. I got on stage and played the drums with this total complete stranger, and just whatever song.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I was like, my mom's the coolest, right? I was very, very, just reminded me of those days of, the Western shootouts, and Disney even did that, in let's see, Busch Gardens, where you go into a big old restaurant, but it had a stage where while you eat, you get to see some kind of show. So
yeah,
that's always fun.
Yeah, we used to have an amusement park here in Houston, but some guy came in, bought it, and then he sold all the rides like piecemeal, and they just turned it into like a paid parking lot. And it's like,
Wow.
I mean, that's good for him. I mean, that's awesome for him.
Sure.
I can't blame him, I guess. But
Yeah.
for the city, it's like, man, that was a place to go, you know?
Yeah. Well, we have that happening on a lot of golf courses here in Florida. You know, Florida's big on golf because you can do it year round. And when the economy, went down, a lot of golf courses went under. And then when COVID hit, forget it. It wiped out so many golf courses that they turned them into land, developing neighborhoods and stuff.
Uh,
So can't blame them for that because how much is somebody paying to play golf versus
right.
if you can sell that house and charge what do you call a homeowners association fee.
Oh, yeah,
Oh
yeah.
my goodness, it's big here in Florida. Homeowners associations are huge here.
Yeah, I got to pay my bill. I just got my invoice yesterday, so that's like $620. You know, just
Yeah.
I mean, there is a rhyme or reason to it. I'm not saying I shouldn't have to pay it, but it just sucks that every time that bill comes around, it's like, man, that's a trip I could have went on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like you said, it has its benefits,
Yeah,
and it's for those who want it. That's perfectly fine. You want that? That's fine. Because I had lived in a community like that, and they were, telling you what paint color you can paint your house. You
yeah.
can't have a camper in your driveway, and your shed has to be over there, and whatever.
Well, yeah, because this house was a new construction, and when I
Mhm.
went to the builder, you pick the brick, you pick all of the things, but it's dictated by what your neighbor has. So, like,
Right.
if he built his before mine, and he
Mm,
liked that whatever that brick was, well, then I have to pick something different,
yeah. Yeah.
But I mean, it
Yeah.
is what it is. It's nature of the beast.
Yeah. I lived in a place that was a little bit moderate suburb, affluent. Every property was bigger than an acre, and I had the house built. I did the roof. I was a roofing contractor, so I put the roof on it. And I went with everything was kind of earthy, Tony, kind of. Everything
Yeah,
had to be like browns and grays and you know, kind of
nothing wild.
nothing like pink or green. Like lime green. You can't have that. So I picked a beautiful brick that was earthy, Tony, with black mortar. I had dye paid to put in the mortar. It was quite beautiful, and I wish I still had that house because right now it'd be worth about $750,000.
Oh yeah,
You know, with the housing
property
market.
values went like, well, actually, I mean, this house, it's I mean, for what I definitely bought it cheap, way cheaper than what it's valued at right now. But
Right.
the flip side is that you can't sell it because the interest rates went up. I tried to put my house on the market and cash in, but there's no buyers, so I had to
Wow.
take the sign back down.
When was that?
Well, I had listed it at the end of the summer, and but see, that was right at that. It was already coming down at that point, and I left it up until just about a week or two ago. And
Wow.
well, we did 2 open houses. Like nobody came,
Hmm.
and it just sat. And
Wow.
no
Yeah.
interest. So I just told him, hey, just take the sign down, and
So you,
I'll try it somewhere down the road.
yeah. So you missed it.
Yeah, I missed my opportunity.
Yeah. Here in Florida, where I'm at, I'm near this Kennedy Space Center, so it's definitely leveled off. I don't know if it's went down, but it definitely has cooled off because where I'm at, I saw 5 houses go for sale for crazy prices. A house you would pay $60,000 for sold for 300,000.
Oh wow.
Crazy because at the Kennedy Space Center you got all these contractors, a lot of contractors that are going to build rockets. So besides the big two, Blue
Right.
Origin and SpaceX, there's other small ones that are out there that are going to build rockets. So the job market is hot. If you went to uh, college in space, aerospace, or any kind of IT or cybersecurity or things like that related to anything that could be related to a space program at all, you can get a job with bonuses, cash, sign fees. vacation. You can get it and get out here and you can make 50 grand easy right away and go right up. My son did it. He got an AS degree. I mean, a 2-year degree in cybersecurity, and he got hired right over there. And they threw him 4 weeks of paid vacation, $5,000 cash signing bonus, and shares in the company. And I mean, crazy, man. He's like rich right now. He's not rich, but you know what I mean? He's like, for a kid who's 29.
Yeah.
I mean, he bought a house.
You can't beat that.
No. So it's, if you got any kind of education like that, you can get hired. I mean, look at the SpaceX. All you gotta do is type in SpaceX careers. There's hundreds and hundreds of job listings that you can get a job right here, not only here, but in Texas and other places where he's at.
Right.
So there's plenty of opportunities there. And so that being said, the housing market has leveled, but it hasn't like fallen off a cliff.
Right.
Because people got money, they're going to work out there. They're going to get money. They're getting paid. So in us locals, I was born here, so we suffer because if I want to pay rent for a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, I'm looking at $1,500 to $2,000 a month.
Wow.
You know, and it's not good. It's not good at all. So it's tough. It's tough. So
my real estate agent, he was saying, well, you know, you could rent it out and you could get, you know, probably close to at least $2,500 a month, at least, you know, probably more than that. But then I don't know. I don't know if I want that headache. You know, you get somebody in and they trash it, or you could have some sort of situation where it's a national emergency and then people get a moratorium on paying rent. And so I just didn't want to do that at all.
Yeah, not to your primary home, maybe a secondary fixer-upper.
Yeah.
You know. Let me say hello to Mrs. A TV. Hello, thank you for coming in, saying hello. Appreciate you very much. And what I was going to say over here, like I said, there was a house for sale. It's sold, and here, I don't think it was 6 months. It was up for sale again. I don't know if the guy lost his job or what, but the house was up for sale again. And I'm like, let me go see what this is called. You know, this had to be a tiny. I mean, I'm talking not 1,000 square foot, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,000 square foot, maybe, $340,000 on, you know, like a 1/4 acre lot, nothing big. I'm like, that's crazy, but it is what it is. Can't do nothing about it, and unless I want to move somewhere else. Begin says it's cold up there in Cleveland, Ohio. I bet it is. You're up there by the Great Lakes, right? Let's see here. We'll continue with the Raid Parade list here. After Cheryl Awesome Sunsets, she visited the theme park, and then it was our view. I remember something about that. It was
they were at Quartzsite.
Quartzsite.
They were taking a walk. They were looking at those old trees.
Right. That's right. Yes, I remember. And she had the dogs, taking the dogs for a walk, and they were pulling her around. Yeah. And then there was RV Weekends, who did a sunset that went on forever.
Yeah, that's pretty nice. I like the music. The music went well with the scenery.
You know, it always does. I use that quite often for sunsets because it's kind of that tone, and it's on my software. There's not a lot of songs that last more than 45 seconds to 50.
Yeah, I run into that problem a lot.
So those songs lasted longer than that, and they do have a kind of a mystique to them, I think, the way they sound. But thank you. Yeah, I love those songs. So that was, like I said, I was there over 5 hours doing that shoot, and it was quite complex and time consuming. But again, it's really cool because, you know, you're there for so long, you're not paying attention to every detail, right? You got 2 cameras set up, and then you're doing a handheld for certain things. And when I went back and looked at the footage, I was just as in awe as you guys were, going, wow, look at those birds. Look at the things going on the sides and in the background and the foreground. I was just like, this is great. I was so happy with that footage, and it was worth it. I got up so early before the sun even cracked. I was up there to get a full time lapse of the full dark to, 11 p.m., whatever, in the morning. And it turned out spectacular. So I was real happy.
Yeah, the birds flying through there, that kind of adds to it, you know.
Mm-hmm. And the one time lapse where it caught a bird, perfect center frame. I mean, center frame. And I was like, when I was watching the time lapse, I saw it go by, like, you know, it was a tiny frame. And I'm like, what? And so when I backed it up and froze it, I went, there's a perfect picture of a bird flying by. So that's why I kind of did a freeze frame there so people could see it. And I got more of that content. It's so good. I just can't make just one video. I got to make more. So actually, that was version 2. I have a part 1 that's coming up. I don't know, the end of the year, beginning New Year, something. And then I'm going to make some other spinoffs from that. But let's keep going after RV Weekends. It was Magnificent Germany with Darren, where he went to a church where Martin Luther preached. That was cool.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Back in the 1100s or something. I remember.
He had that cool music that went with it too.
It was very good music. I did make a comment about that. Very, very good music. And I think that was a video I connected more with because my spiritual background, it was really connected with me, and the way he did it, it just really kept me drawn in. I really liked that video. So then after that, we had LD Channel. I think I got it.
Yeah, she was on the Carnival Dream.
Wow. Another cruise.
Yeah, I had been on that ship this last December, so kind of neat to see it again.
Yeah. Thank you, Angel of La Basson. Thank you so much for staying and hanging out. We won't be too much longer here. We'll finish up at the top of the hour, or the hour mark on my counter. I got 48 minutes and 22 seconds. We're doing this live. So after LD was the Gypsy and the Vanilla Gorilla. I remember he was driving around that truck and picked up a load. And that was a nice truck. I wish I could have that truck. I don't know what year he told it was because I was kind of doing two things.
Yeah, I forgot.
That's the same body style as my truck. I love that body style. It seems like the really only issue with those trucks are the front ends on those. And besides the normal brake wear and the alternator going out, I can't think of any other issues. There were some transmission issues, but nothing major in those bodies because I had a 2004. And when I hit about 200,000 miles, I started to get a hard shift, which was a shift solenoid fix, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
It's a good year for a truck. And so I bought one of 2001 and I love it. I would probably love to do a tune on my V10. But then again, how much gas will you consume? I'm already getting about 8 miles to the gallon on a V10.
Yeah.
So it's not fun to drive that thing around.
I've got a 8-cylinder Chevy Silverado, but I don't really drive a whole lot. But lucky I still only got about 20,000 miles on it, so it's barely broke in.
Yeah, I don't drive my truck only if I have to pull my RV. When I go camping, and it just drinks it. It drinks it a lot.
I can imagine
it does. But it's solid. You're going down the road. You're not worried about a wind and all that stuff. And it's full drive. It's a long bed crew cab, so I got plenty of length to create stability. That's what I was going for. I like it. Again, I don't drive it all the time. I got a scooter, so if I want to putt around, I got a scooter, and I have my son sold me his Ford Fiesta, so I use the Ford Fiesta, which I drove to Indiana. I drove my Fiesta almost to Michigan for $120 in gas.
Wow.
Yeah, incredible. And I can't fill up my truck. It costs about $180 or $160 to fill up my truck. And I ain't going that far. 250 miles maybe.
That hurts.
Yeah. So I don't drive my truck much. So we got another friend come in here. Joy Perez. Team Karen, hello, how are you? And I know these people are probably from the Philippines. Thank you for coming in. Appreciate you here. They probably expect me to do some karaoke, but I won't be doing any karaoke on this live stream. But I will probably do karaoke right now when I get done with this live. I'll do some karaoke. But let me continue with the Raid Parade. We got we were talking about the Gypsy and the Vanilla Gorilla where they took their big diesel and got a big load and hauled it around. And then Griswold Family Vacay went on a cruise and they stopped over there at
Amber Cove,
where they had all the sea marine life and the birds and the
sharks and sea lions. And
yeah, that was cool. They were like swimming with the dolphins or something.
Yeah, the sharks. Like you actually get in the water with the sharks, which I thought was kind of not sure. I don't know. I'd be a little bit leery of that, but
Yeah. Yes,
I mean, I'm
because
sure they do it all the time. I'm sure that,
but
it's,
there's a chance.
but I don't know, man. I don't know if I trust it all
Yeah.
the way.
There's a saying I've seen. I think it was a Saturday Night Live skit for Jeopardy, and it was called Black Jeopardy, right? So they
Yeah,
one of the questions was, you go over a friend's house and they say, "Don't worry about my dog, he don't bite," and they buzz in and they say, "I don't know, he got teeth, don't he?" He got teeth, he can bite. That kind of thing.
it's
Shark.
true.
Yeah, I was on I go diving in the reefs in the Florida Keys. Um, don't think too much of it, but yeah, you see a shark every once in a while. And sure enough, after I left about a month later, a shark attack on the same reef I was at. Somebody got bit by a shark. Now they probably were feeding the fish. When they feed the fish, there's thousands, literally
Yeah,
hundreds of fish up there eating breadcrumbs or whatever they're eating. And a shark hungry,
it's a perfect
he's come in
spot.
there and he's going to come in there and grab whatever you can grab he wants to eat. And you're probably a good looking meal right there. You look like a sea turtle, right?
Got a lot of meat,
Yep. So yeah, you never know. It's the wild kingdom, a wild kingdom. It's like these guys that go looking at killer whales. I
Yeah,
wouldn't mess with
yeah.
no killer whale. Killer whale is they kill. They could swallow me whole almost.
Well, sure.
So they would never find me.
Not much of you.
So I don't know if you want to share anything about your channel. If you want, you can do whatever you like. You feel free to do so.
Well, I mean, I just did my first live this past Wednesday, and so I think that's going to be my plan is to do every Wednesday night at 7. First one I did like 30 minutes, so I'll probably keep it around 30 minutes at first till I get the hang of it. I mean, it's kind of a weird experience doing that first one. It was a little bit different.
Mhm.
I got about like 20 minutes into it, and then I kind of forgot the plan that I had. It just my mind went blank, and then I was just kind of tap dancing and responding to the chat, and
Right.
I survived anyway. I looked down and I saw 7:30. All right, well, let's wrap it up.
Mhm.
But
Yeah, it's not.
that's my plan is to do that. I'll probably do one more this coming week and then shut it down for the holidays and then start it back up.
It's not a bad idea to write out an outline of what you want to do.
Yeah.
And if you you can put timestamps on it if you want, but that doesn't always work because something comes up in your live and you want to hang on it for a little while, and then it's flexible and stuff like that. But it does keep you on topic if you look down at your outline to go, okay, we're talking about this. Let's stay on that.
That's what I should have done. I had researched some topics beforehand. I guess I was thinking I'd keep it in my mind, but it didn't work. But I survived that first one anyway. So
and let me answer this. Where's 3K? She is on a live right now. She's doing karaoke somewhere else right now. I don't know where she at because I'm doing a live right now. And this live is my last live for the Raid Parade, and I stick to the Raid Parade lineup, and I'll maybe do a karaoke some other time. But that's what we're doing right now. So 3K is not here. She's on a live. If you want to go on YouTube and look for lives, she might be on Lalang DeWall. She might be there. She might be Mama Snow. She might be there. She might be on Angel with Labazon, or I forget her name. She might be there. So she's not here right now. But anyway, what I was going to say is you get a new appreciation for doing a live when you do your first live because you realize how chaotic it can feel. It can be overwhelming.
Yeah. I mean, you're just sitting there looking at the camera, and that's I mean, you do have the chat, but I mean, it's like you're trying to get you're carrying the whole thing,
Yep.
Like right now I'm on your live, but really you're the one driving it. So it's, it's easier for me right now because I'm just like here with you. But
Right. But yeah, like, how do you talk about something without somebody interacting, you know?
Yeah. Well, it's like having a conversation with yourself, you know,
Yeah.
somewhat.
And then you got dead space, and it seems awkward when you're not talking, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So you got to keep talking.
You finish your point, and then it's like, then what next?
Yeah. Yeah, I got you. But
But yeah, I got one more vlog coming out of my cruise that I did in October, and then I got some more cruises lined up for next year. I got one in February, and so that's I'll keep doing that part of it, going on cruises, vlogging.
cool.
That's
So
pretty much it.
here's your link to your YouTube channel. It's here at Cruise Vet at youtube.com. Check that out.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, no, we appreciate you. Now, Cruise Vet, does that mean you're a veteran, military veteran, or just a veteran at cruising?
Yeah. That's the name that I came up with. I guess I was trying to be a little clever. I mean, I'm just a veteran that likes to cruise. So, Cruise Vet.
All right. Well, and thank you for your service. What branch were you in?
I was in the Navy. I did.
Okay. That's right. You told me that last time.
Yeah, I retired in 2015.
Awesome. Well, I hope you have a wonderful life after this military service, because you deserve it, and we appreciate everything that our military does for us. And I'm old school, so freedom isn't free. So,
I appreciate that.
yeah. So I love looking at history. I don't know how amazing these men are that die for our country, and people step on a flag. So I am not one of them. I am proud of our military. I'm proud of every man that gave his life for the cause. Doesn't mean the politicians are good. It does mean that the man who dies for me is. So there you go. I appreciate it. That's true. Yes. So even if you look back in the 1700s, what men did back then, when you got shot, you died no matter what, because you either died then or you died later, because you pretty much got gangrene or whatever and just died from your wounds. So, or you got sick on the battlefield and you never recovered from getting sick on the battlefield, because where are you going to go to get warm? You're in a mud hole.
They didn't have medevacs,
Nope.
Not like they do now, for sure.
Right. So back then, what they do, they stood up in a line and took a bullet and just fell down dead. That's why you see all these Civil War fields, in Tennessee and North Carolina, all these places, all that places have those Civil War fields when a lot of blood was spilled there. A lot of hundreds of men just died there fighting for what they believed in. So all that being said, I have a lot of respect for a man that will die for me. That's bottom line. It's just, the Bible says there's no greater love than a man that would die for his brother, die for a friend. So there's no greater love than that. So I respect any person that would be willing to take a bullet for me. So thank you very much.
I always looked at it as a privilege to serve. That's the way I looked at it. I mean, it's I'm lucky that they let me serve. So, and for 20 years. So
yeah, I think I told you my brother was in the Air Force, and he got out. He was military police, and he was in Germany, stationed in Germany for a little while, and then he got over here in Florida and had the great life. He got in at the air base right close to us where he was born, and then he went straight into the sheriff department and retired 29 years in the sheriff department, and now he's RVing around the country. So
that's awesome.
Good for him. He didn't get shot and killed. He had made it up to lieutenant, so he was pretty high up. And then finally said, "It's getting too political. I'm at the age I can retire. I wanted to go a few more years, but getting too political. Let me get out."
Well, I mean, you got to respect. You got to do what you got to do. If you're, it's if the tide starts changing and you don't like the policies, it's best to just leave it to other people.
He was wise. He's a credit to him and a standing testimony to you can do it on one income. It ain't easy. but you
Yeah.
can do it on one income. He did it on one income. His wife never worked a day. He provided for her. Because of the sheriff department, he only had one vehicle. That's
Yeah.
it. And his wife didn't go anywhere. She stayed home and just took care of the house. And she cooked meals for him and took care of the home. And he went out and made the money and came home every night. And they paid off the house and did all. He started to learn how to build buildings and additions to his own home. He didn't hire a contractor. He did it all himself and built onto his
Awesome.
home. And so he has a great home right now. And he bought a third or fourth hand RV and fixed it up and drives it now. He's mechanically inclined. I remember, testimony to him is I remember when I think I was 18 or 16 or 17, and my car blew up, and he was my younger brother, like 4 years younger, and he took the engine apart just to see how it worked.
Wow.
And he became a mechanic that way and learned how to work on cars by taking it apart and see how it works. And he started fixing. Now anything goes wrong, he's got like a I don't know, the second generation Chevy Mini Blazer, the small Blazers ones,
Oh yeah.
and he does all the work, front end work. He does everything himself and works on it in his own garage, and he doesn't pay anyone to do his work. So he's got it made, and he had one catastrophic event with his RV one time. It wouldn't run, and for whatever reason, he got it. It's like a van, right? You open the hood, and it's inside. Well,
Yeah.
he had some kind of a backfire, and it caught on fire. His RV caught on fire
Ooh.
on the side of the road, and with him putting it out, he got some severe burns and had to be hospitalized. So it is
Man.
treacherous, dealing with cars and stuff. I know people that have died from working on their cars, so it's not easy. But credit to him. I'm proud of him. He did it right. He didn't stab anybody in the back to get to where he got. He did the right thing. And everybody I've talked to, because he went from a regular guy to training firearms and self-defense and car driving and all that, teaching other deputies how to do these things. And every deputy I run into, I say, hey, my brother. He's like, oh yeah, great guy. He taught me how to do this. He taught me how to do that. So I'm real
Yeah.
proud of him. He did everything right. And so that being said, I appreciate the armed forces and everybody who protects me, the police and the sheriff department, fire department. I have friends that are firemen and all that. So, all right, Mike. I appreciate you coming up and supporting me. This is going to be my last one, and whoever does it after me, I'll try to support them.
Well, I appreciate you, having me up here and, give me a chance to talk about things. So
you're welcome anytime. So I'll try to hit that bell on your channel, and so I can get notifications. I'm going to be doing a vacation in about a week. I'll be gone for 3 weeks, so I don't know if I'll be doing any YouTube then. But I'll try to connect again with you.
All right. Well, thanks for having me, and I'm gonna go make some spaghetti now. So.
All right. Thank you very much, Mike. All right, there goes Mike from Cruise Vet YouTube. All right. I want to say thank you to my moderators for putting out links and helping me do the live stream. I appreciate you very much. And thank you for watching the Raid Parade every Friday. We really appreciate it. Next week, we'll do another Raid Parade, and I'll have another video up on the Raid Parade. So, and I'll be on the road. I'll be going on vacation for 3 weeks. So, but I'll still be having a video up. I already have them already set up to go for the next, all the way out into January. I have videos already set up, and I'm working on another one. So thank you for being here for the Raid Parade after party. All 9 of you, appreciate you so much. And hopefully you have a great weekend and a Merry Christmas if I don't see you. And I'll probably do a live, maybe a karaoke or something like that. So thank you guys so much. And we'll leave you with some background music and this little